30 seconds.
Yeah, Tánaiste, I'd like to congratulate you too on your new position and wish you the best of luck in it. Can I ask you just in terms of the ongoing new revised negotiations around the Brexit protocol, can you advise how they are going in terms of the movement of goods on the island, off the island, and with respect to preservation of the open border?
I thank the Deputy for his question and his kind comments. I've consistently heard in my engagements with business and people in Northern Ireland that resolving issues around the movement of goods between Great Britain and Northern Ireland is a key priority for them. This is recognised by both the European Union and the United Kingdom, who are devoting substantial time and effort to finding joint solutions that address these concerns. European Commission Vice President Šefčovič met the United Kingdom Foreign Secretary and the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland in London on the 9th of January to take stock of this ongoing technical work. They also held a follow-up video call on the 16th of January. On the 9th of January, the European Union and the United Kingdom reached agreement on European Union access to United Kingdom IT systems. Access to this data was a key issue for the European Union in building trust and providing assurance. Agreeing shared solutions on the protocol will provide the certainty and the stability that people and businesses in Northern Ireland need to take advantage of opportunities offered by the protocol, not least access to both the European Union single market and also the United Kingdom's internal market, a combined market of over 500 million people. More broadly, resolving the protocol issues will also open up opportunities for greater European Union-UK cooperation, which is vital given the shared global challenges we face. I've been consistent in making the point that I think we should give space to both the UK team and the European Union team to continue the discussions in relation to the protocol and allow them that space to hopefully arrive at a satisfactory resolution of these issues.
No matter what.
Thanks, Tánaiste. I think it's fair to say, Tánaiste, the Northern Ireland Protocol is being used for political leverage, specifically by the Northern Unionists, to seek concessions. And it is also being used to stymie the resumption of the Northern Ireland Executive, which is holding up effective governance in the north of Ireland. And this is especially noted in terms of the IMF announcement on the UK economy today. But you have answered part of my second question, which is, are the business community being consulted widely in terms of their ideas around, what the softening of the protocol might be and the movement of goods? But can I ask you just, in terms of additional capital monies, is there any chance of extra infrastructural monies coming from either the UK government or possibly from Europe that could be made available to the Northern Ireland economy that could act as an incentive to restore the power sharing executive?
I think that's some very fair points you've made in respect of the latter part of your question. I think we have to acknowledge that from the outset we have said that we have acknowledged that issues have arisen in respect to the operation of the protocol, particularly in terms of consumer goods. And in my meetings with all political parties in Northern Ireland, including unionist parties, we've acknowledged that, and I think Vice President Šefčovič as well has, and the European Union have. And it's now a matter between the EU Commission and the UK government to see can they resolve those issues, and they're in discussions in relation to that. And yes, the voice of business, and particularly business working group, has been heard. The Irish government, the Taoiseach and I, over the last year, we've been in constant contact with the voice of business to understand their needs, and we've highlighted their needs to the British government in respect of certain legislative proposals that the British government had, because it's very important that they're the people who have to make it work on the ground in the end, in terms of the operational details.
Tánaiste, I think we're all agreed that the resumption of the executive is what's needed to offer hope and better governance and administration of the Northern Ireland budget and an economy. But can I ask you, in terms of the Shared Island initiative, what might be on offer? Because when I look at Derry, I see, for instance, many similarities with my own city of Waterford, how that city has suffered from a lack of per capita resourcing in terms of its university, in terms of its hospital, very similar to where we are in Waterford. And I think it aligns with the experience of Waterford, which has suffered, I would say, because of the political strategies and the interests of Dublin and the temporary government in Cork, which has denied resourcing to Waterford in the southeast and I think to the wider region. So, Tánaiste, I would ask you, why should Derry consider its place would be any better in a shared island initiative as it looks on the continuing failure to provide, government's continuing failure to provide per capita resourcing to Waterford and the South East?
Well,
actually, I've been to Derry in the context of the Shared Island Initiative over the last 2.5 years. They're very pleased with the Shared Island Initiative. And the North West Partnership is particularly pleased, which involves all of the councils in the North West working together in harmony, putting even politics outside the door and party politics outside the door to advance the cause of the region. The A5 is in a public inquiry process. The rail strategy, all-island rail strategy, the highest number of submissions came from the North West, because connectivity is a very big issue with the North West. But we've said to the university there, that the McGee campus in particular, that we're awaiting proposals in the context of Shared Island. They've put proposals in, and we have supported projects in the North West, particularly in terms of the area of research. Over 40-odd million has been allocated to research proposals on the island of Ireland through Shared Island, and we stand ready to do more.